What's up, people? It's your boy the Saiyan Satsumi back at it again at let's see, 1:43 in the morning. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, pretty early. But I have to kind of do this video right now because I won't have time to do it tomorrow because handling 3 kids is pretty crazy. But the Dragon Ball chapter just came out about, I don't know, half an hour ago. So I quickly want to talk about it. And it's not really a chapter review, it's more just like talking about my thoughts on Vegeta's new form. So yes, Vegeta has a new form. The whole chapter was really cool though, but I should probably give you some backstory if you don't know anything about it, because I think the last video I talked about was finding out that there was a new guy called Granola. So just quickly, if you're not up to date, honestly only the really key points. Granola, when his planet was taken over by the Saiyans, there was his race, the Ceruleans, and there were a couple of Namekians that were living on that planet. Now, the only people that survived were obviously Granola and one other Namekian, which happened to be the one that was connected to the Dragon Balls. So on this planet, they have 2 Dragon Balls. Granola gets them both and calls forth the dragon and asks to be the strongest warrior in the universe. So now he is the strongest. Now, the way he gets to fight the Saiyans is a little bit of a longer story, but just quickly, the bosses that he worked for, the guys that gave him the jobs as like a hitman and stuff, they know where Frieza is and didn't want him to know. He obviously goes and storms their place and says, yo, tell me where Frieza is right now, I'm killing everyone. They say, sweet, we can find him, but you need to give us a bit of time, which gave them time to plot a plan, because they knew that the Saiyans were still alive. Granola doesn't know this, but they know Goku and Vegeta are still alive on a different planet. And if they can convince them that Granola is a bad person trying to take over the universe, they'll come and fight. So they go and tell them that, while they've told Granola separately, yo, we found Frieza, but he's sending his top assassins, these 2 Saiyans, they're gonna come get you. Which is obviously over the moon about, because he wants to fight the Saiyans and Frieza, because he wants to avenge his people. And this is how this whole thing sort of transpired. Now, getting to the chapter, the last chapter was Goku fighting Granola in Ultra Instinct and in every other form he has, and he didn't do well. Goku ends up almost kind of dying and is out on the floor, passed out. As Granola goes to kill him, gives him like the final kill shot, Vegeta steps in and says, yo, you're fighting me now. And this whole chapter was pretty much a Vegeta flex, and Vegeta finds out that Granola hasn't had his powers for very long and calls him on it. Says, I can tell you haven't had these powers for very long. And he sort of freaks out like, shit, how do you know? And he was like, well, you confirmed it, I know now. And it's because you suck at fighting. The whole narrative of this whole fight was pretty much Granola saying, yo, I'm the strongest in the universe now, it doesn't matter what you do, I'm gonna win this fight. And it's Vegeta saying, well, no, you're not, because you don't know the first thing about fighting. And it clearly shows. Also, there was like a lot of parts of Vegeta just like sort of antagonizing him, like poking at him like, yo, like I'm gonna beat you. He at one point teleported in front of like his old hometown, like the ruins. And then as he went to shoot him, he like teleports away from it, so he actually shoots his own ruins and he freaks out about it. But yeah, a lot of this was Vegeta telling him, like, it doesn't matter how strong you are, I'm still gonna win because I know how to fight, I know how to battle. That was kind of like the narrative, leading into some super quotable lines from Vegeta. One of my favorites was Vegeta saying, strongest, second strongest, it doesn't matter, rankings are all well and good, but they're only reflecting moments in time. Once those times have passed, it's all history. He says, so take me for instance, I am now stronger than I was 5 minutes ago, just from being in this battle. Granola's like, yo, well, all the more reason to beat you then. Pretty much thrusts into Vegeta. Vegeta catches it, but like can't really hold it off and pushes it right into his gut. Sort of like winces in pain and then like spits out blood, but then is like, he's so cool. Like this whole thing is just like a big old tribute to Vegeta. As he's like sort of like leaning over with like Granola's hand like pushing into his abdomen, he's like, what fun. It's been ages since I felt like this. There's no one to protect. There's no people to look after, no one to save. It's just me immersed in the battle, my happy place. Then this panel was done amazingly. Like I love this panel so much. It's so just like, oh, it just really shows like the character of Vegeta. Like when you get right down to it, he's still that like gritty, angry person, but the look on his face, he just loves to be in the battle. And like this, it's my favorite panel in the whole in the whole chapter, honestly. But he says just the thing to get a battle-crazed Saiyan's blood pumping. And then, you know, starts the transformation, sort of like puffs it all up. Goku can feel it now that he's woken up from afar, and he's like, this ki feels like God ki, but just not any other God ki. Obviously referring to it being God of Destruction ki. Granola freaks out, yo, what are you? Because the power has now like spiked, like Vegeta has gone to a new level. Then you see the new panel of Vegeta's new form. Obviously it's in black and white, so I don't know what the color is. It is very dark, but it does have like these light tones in it, so it's not like their base form, so I don't think it's black. I'm pretty sure it's purple, and I don't know if it's weird for me to want it to be purple. I mean, I'm sure everyone wants it to be purple, so who knows, it could be a really dark purple, it could be like these purple highlights, but yeah, the biggest thing is he has no eyebrows, and I'm telling you right now, even though it's grown on me since the leaks came out like a couple days ago, it's still ugly. it just is, man. It's ugly. It's an ugly looking form. But I mean, before Super Saiyan, they were like giant monkeys, so you know, like it's. I'm not gonna hate on it too much, but it is an ugly form. Like you can't sit here and tell me that Vegeta's blue form isn't cooler looking than this. Like he's got no eyebrows, but none of the long hair to match like a Super Saiyan 3. His hair definitely spikes out a bit more, but I think like. That's the thing, you know, like in Super Saiyan the hair spikes up, but in Super Saiyan 2 the hair spikes up, but just a little bit more with a lot of lightning around it. So like the fact that like his hair's sort of spiked out more at the back and like up at the front, it's sort of, I don't know, to me it's just a normal thing. It's what happens to them when they get a new power boost. But I have seen a couple things though where like I think a couple people have been confused. It would be mostly because like the Raw would translate it into, you know, fan translations, but also the word instinct is in this official translation as well. So I'm going to try to clear that up a little bit. What he says is, a god of destruction taught me that power derived solely from instinct is unbound. Now, I don't believe he's talking about Ultra Instinct, like I'm deriving power from Ultra Instinct. That's not what he's saying. I know a lot of people are trying to say like, so is he like a god of destruction and Ultra Instinct? I don't think so. What I think that's really referring to is what Beerus said in chapter 69. My mind's always on destruction and nothing else. That's why there's no limit to my power. Now, I don't think the instinct is like your body instinctually moving like what Goku's is. Goku's Ultra Instinct is his body moving without him having to think about it. The body is reacting on its own. It has its own sort of brain, essentially. Whereas this one, I think the instinct is talking about his instinct in battle. His instinct in wanting to be the best and wanting to destroy the person in front of him. That's the instinct he's talking about. Alright, sorry, my camera died and I think I know where I was, like what the point I was trying to make was when it stopped, but it died. I don't have a spare battery, so I kind of just chucked it on the charger quickly to get enough juice to finish this video. But anyway, I'm pretty sure I was talking about what Vegeta says at the end of the chapter. So the statement that power derives solely from instinct is unbound, what I think he was really meaning to say, like Beerus was saying, that he thinks about destruction all the time, it's always on his mind, and that's why his power is limitless. Vegeta applying that to himself, saying that the power that I have to want to battle and want to fight you is now unbound. It's unlimited because I will do anything it takes to beat you in this fight. Yo, I'm editing this and obviously like I've had a nap now, like I've gone to sleep, I've woken up, and I think that I can explain this a little bit better. So I've come on here to try and explain it a little bit better. Now, when he says his power is unbound because of his instinct is fighting. He loves to fight. That's literally like what he said throughout most of this chapter. He's actually said, it's my happy place, I love to fight, battle crazed Saiyan blood. He loves it. That's his instinct at the end of the day. Like everything that he is as a person, his base instinct is to fight. It's to fight because he loves it, not out of desperation, not out of necessity. It's because that's what he wants to do. That's his instinct. And so that being his instinct, him only acting on instinct, is him only acting on the fact that he wants to fight. And that's what this means. His power is now limitless or unbound, like he said, or like Beerus said, because he gives into his base instinct, which is just to fight. And that's what he means by that, not Ultra Instinct, obviously. But yeah, I'll let it get back to that other tired guy. And again, I'm only bringing it up because I know a lot of people were kind of confused when they heard the translation instinct. So like instinct, they automatically think to, oh, Goku only acts off instinct. So is that what Vegeta's doing? No, they're completely different. What Goku does and what Vegeta's doing are completely different things. But from what Goku looked like, the surprise when he felt Vegeta's ki transforming into this new form, it was like, oh shit, like this guy feels like a god of destruction. And I think you would liken it to the state that Toppo was in, which is cool. Like, we've known it for a while, it's been coming for a while, that the end game for Vegeta was to get control of God of Destruction power. But did you have to take away his eyebrows? Like I said before, it is growing on me, but I just don't think it's ugly. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get over the fact that it's ugly. It's just growing on me now. Like, it doesn't irk me. But I mean, what was wrong with a simple color change? Like, they've had like simple hair color changes for so long. Black to gold, to red, to blue, to silver. We couldn't have just gone to purple. Like, we had to erase the guy's eyebrows. To be fair though, it does give him a more menacing look, which is the look that the God of Destruction would be going for. When we were first introduced to God of Destruction in Battle of Gods, shout out to the poster right there, we didn't know if Beerus was a good guy or a bad guy. And then, you know, learning more about him, we find out that he's neither. He just is. Destruction is destruction. So the fact that Vegeta looks more menacing is cool, but I just don't know about it. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Feel free to read the chapter, obviously. I encourage everyone to read the manga. It's a super cool way to keep up with the story. But if not, then look forward to my updates every so often. Do you like Vegeta's form? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to know what people think about the way Vegeta looks right now. Is it just me? Am I being a hater? Or do you guys not like the look of it either? Or tell me why you like the look of it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, that's gonna do it from me. All that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'm saying Satsumi. Catch you guys next time.